Welcome to today's guided meditation. Today's guided meditation has an intention to align us to our best life. And so we invite you to get comfortable, to lay back, to play this when you can be uninterrupted, now or on the replay, and to go ahead and set up an intention or two or three within your heart space or on a piece of paper. And aligning to intentions that are actualized now, even if in your logical brain it says these things are not happening, they'll never happen. I want you to speak in your heart or write down on the paper, I am so grateful for this best life. I am so grateful for X, Y, and Z, whatever that is. And once you have your intentions, like I said, get really comfortable, lay back, and allow yourself to be guided. Allow yourself to visualize and to attune yourself to the frequency of the actualized best life. And so before we begin our journey, take some deep breaths and allow yourself to relax the feet, letting go of any tension, wiggling your toes, wiggling your ankles, inhaling down your entire legs, letting your knees relax up to the hip, even massaging the hips, and then sweeping down the leg, letting anything go. Taking a nice deep breath all the way down to the tailbone, rocking your low body, maybe moving your hips some more, maybe doing a couple of figure eights, and letting go with each exhale any tension in the intestines and the stomach and the tissues that surround the intestines. Give them an invitational breath of let go. Hear the exhale. Imagine if you're carrying anything in your intestines, old feces. Imagine the fecal matter turns to stardust and just allow it to move down the intestines, to release, to move out of the intestinal wall and release, opening up more space in the lower body. Blessing all that's been received in the intestines into the stomach. Imagine the stomach is glowing bright light as that bright light begins to relax the stomach wall, opening up more space. Inhaling into the midsection, imagining the rib cage opens and expands, giving more space for the sacred liver, spleen, the gem jewel pancreas, the sparkling adrenals, rippling rays of light to the kidneys right at the lower rib cage. Exhale, relax any old fears, simply seeing them as the beautiful opposition partners that were showing you something ready to face. Open up the breath. Hear the exhale as you roll your shoulders back and down and ripple down the arms. Any release by wiggling the fingers. Allow your head and neck to relax, maybe letting the head go side to side. Letting go. Relaxing, releasing. And as we take our next inhale, imagine cool air goes down your spine through the mouth, and then exhale warm air up your spine all the way to the pituitary and pineal gland, and take your eye gaze up to the top of the head. Again, inhale through the mouth, cool air down the spine. Exhale warm air up to the top of the head. Look up with an internal gaze. Inhale cool air, awaken the spine. Exhale warm air up the spine all the way to the top of the head, activating the pituitary and the pineal. Good. One more inhale, cool air down. Exhale, warm air all the way up. And imagine the pituitary and the pineal gland kissing noses, activating the whole brain to illuminate and open the grail. As you lay back, activated, relaxed, I want you to imagine that wherever you're laying has the ability to radiate sparkling healing light. If it's your bed or your couch or a chair or the floor, imagine right now with each inhale in your inner gaze and the sensations, allow for the feeling of light particles to be emitted from where you're lying. Each breath accentuates the ability of this space to be a healing space, a space of actualization. And with your next breath, practice turning the color beneath you to a pink radiant light. As the pink radiant light beneath you sparkles, allow for the color now to shift to aquamarine and then radiant blue. As the body is being held at this sacred space where you lay, allow yourself now to levitate the aura, the soul that you are, above the body. Anything that needs to be disentangled and released from aura to body simply is transfigured in the radiant light, giving an opportunity to shake off anything of density that was keeping you from the highest and best meditation, so that we can reach the frequencies of the highest and best life. Imagine now with me that you are able to levitate up a flight of stairs that, almost like an escalator, they don't need you to walk, they merely need you to float up 1, 2, 3, you feel lighter. 4, you notice that there's dolphins and whales swimming in this radiant light. 5, 6, 7, 8, you notice it's getting brighter from the blue to more of a golden white. 8, 9, and 10. As you arrive to this radiant source light, life-giving of particles of the highest frequencies needed. Beyond the highest is the resonant frequencies needed for your soul in this now moment. Take some deep breaths and allow your imagination to dial into the light codes and frequencies required in this moment, receiving from the Great Source. Breathe in the light, the loving codes of frequency. Let them envelop you as the soul that you are, and take a deep merger within to the core of your being. As you've received the resonant frequencies to assist with this meditation, allow a guide to arrive. This guide is always with you. This guide may be familiar, for you have already discovered and worked with this guide. Or this guide may be new to you, but again has always been with you. This guide wants to let you really have a new sensation and feeling arrive of the best life. Go ahead and float with the guide to a space. This space aligns with your intention of best life. As you arrive, it doesn't take long to get there, for in this space, everything is instant. For in the best life is only presence, only now. Let the guide draw down a beautiful white screen to enhance any details that need help getting to you, while at the same time allow the scenery to arrive around you and within you of the best life. Let your imagination receive. in the best life, notice how you feel, what your body's like, who's with you, and what are you doing in the best life. In this best life that is, for your experiencing it, and what is experienced in the imagination is. Work with the guide to dial into any other scenery, any other aspects of this best life. Be willing to ask questions and allow the instantaneous manifestation to arrive around you of the answer. Finish up any questions, any scenery that you're needing to see of the best life. Dial into the feelings of these scenes that have been received. Really muster up the feeling deep in the wellspring of the heart. Feel it deeply. Let that feeling permeate beyond the aura, beyond the imagined spaces, and let it expand to the edgeless edge of the existence. Send forth these light codes of feeling, waves of feeling, best life, into the structures that surround you. Set up these new coordinates. Smile big and wave this weave of light, opening up these coordinates to even more. For the best life is not one moment, but a cascade of parallel nows. Imagine that this weave of coordinates now is touching the hearts of the souls in your life, give yourself and them permission to receive these best life coordinates of feeling. Imagine the others in your life smiling one by one. Even the souls that are no longer in body, they want to be recognized. Animals, family, ancestors. Those beings that are in form, in body, but maybe you haven't seen them in a while. Let yourself smile with each one, setting up the coordinates, heart to heart to heart of the soul. Add in some smiles, some radiant light from even beings like neighbors, co-workers, produce stand beings, people walking by you. Acknowledge a new space that wants to exist on the earth. Set up the coordinates in your imagination and the allowance from the smile and the recognition of the other in reception. Glance again at your guide and acknowledge with your guide this recognition. Your guide wants to do a few anchor lifts. Allow yourself to float now over your home or land that you guardian. Let your guide show you anything that's been holding a dense anchor of the old. Work with your guide to acknowledge any anchors etherically, energetically, or a form like furniture that wants to either move, transfigure, dissolve, be given away. Work for a moment here. With your imagination, even if it's things that you've witnessed here that need to move, just imagine they've moved along. If it's furniture moving, imagine the furniture is moved. If it's things given away, they are now given away. Dial into the already happening. as you float, levitating up from the home, the land, the guide has one more visit for us. The guide wants you to float into the scenery, space-time of a childhood memory where you are most in joy and innocence and in love with the life. If the childhood is not giving you that, let your consciousness and the guide show you a memory of even another timeline of the most joyful memory lining up. Let the scenery change. Notice if it is this life. How old are you? If it's another timeline, notice. Look down at your hands and feet. Look at a reflection in front of you. Feel into your heart space at this time and acknowledge what the message of this other version you wants to share. What brought you so much joy? Drop into that joy, drop into that memory, and align with the signature of those feelings. Allow the signature of the feelings of this memory to reach out like streams of symphonic weave light into the plane to again align the coordinates of more of this type of feeling. To embody the soul, but also the consciousness, etherical space that you are. As it stretches out, setting up additional coordinates for more of these types of feelings, the guide giggles and beckons you to come along as you float back to that sacred space where we began, where the couch or bed or floor is illuminated a blue, a turquoise, and radiant purple light. Float back and merge back into that space. As you're floating, we begin to descend back into the form, the physical form. Down, 10, 9, as the dolphins grace and witness us at 8, 7, the whales send a roar of love. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, you really begin to feel a lightness even though 1, you're back in the body. Stretching out the frequency symphony weave of light through all the meridian system, out the pores, out the energy centers, out the fingers and toes. Smile as you remember some of the scenery of the best life, for it is from your own thine eye projector pineal gland that these experiences will occur when your feeling matches these scenes. With your hands to heart, make a new promise to yourself to align and allow and accept the best life. The AAA, align, allow, and accept the best life. I align and I allow and I accept the best life now. Let your body stretch and expand. Go out to the garden, to nature, get barefoot, bare-bummed if you can, and receive the ability to move the physical form today. Thank you, thank you. Enjoy the best life. See you soon.